Several deadly crashes across Colorado are under investigation this morning. What we know about the incidents that took place just hours apart from each other.
And the city of Denver is following other communities nationwide and suing the Trump administration this week.
And deadly weather tore through different parts of the United States this weekend. Which states got the worst of it? But before all of that, let's take a look at what Colorado had to deal with this weekend. These are some of the images showing what thousands of people either saw or what was left behind.
We had thunderstorms, hail, and even multiple tornadoes made their way through Colorado, leaving behind significant damage. Good morning, I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. People are now starting to pick up the pieces from this weekend. Adams County is just one of the communities hit by these destructive storms.
Brianna Fernandez is live there right now with a look at the damage that residents are waking up to. Brianna, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. And I've seen a couple of residents just coming out and just trying to see exactly how they're going to pick up all the pieces. We are seeing tons of damage this morning. You could see it right here. Now, this is a field of solar panels. It looks like the tornadoes just touched down to this section that we're standing right in front. Then we're also seeing some wood pieces just scattered all across this field right over here. And then my photographer, Alex, he is going to just show you what's across the street. Damaged homes and also some metal junk just scattered there as well. There's just significant damage to this area. Several homes as well were damaged due to the tornado that touched down at least 3 times Sunday afternoon. So here's some video from yesterday when it touched down around 2 p.m. According to Adams and Arapahoe County officials, a total of 17 structures, including 6 homes, were damaged. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but we know 90 customers are without power near the Bennett area as crews work to replace at least 30 broken power poles and downed wires. Adams County set up an information center at the Bennett Rec Center for anyone that needs resources. One of the properties destroyed belonged to Mark Faber. He originally thought the tornado that was coming his way was a dust devil. Once the tornado passed, his property, trophies, medals, his livelihood all completely gone.
Your whole life flushed down the toilet. Everything I've worked for and saved and collected is pretty much junk. I heard all the glass breaking and my ears were popping and it was pushing me around in the corner. And then I shut my eyes because the glass and the dirt was flying. I knew I better just shut my eyes and that was it.
Yeah, truly heartbreaking. Now we know Mark is unable to live in his home because of all the damage. Now we know a neighbor stepped up and gave him an RV in the meantime just so he can stay there. It's a very tight-knit community and you can see a lot of damage that was left behind. Now there's no power like I mentioned, so we're trying to figure out exactly when that power could be restored to this area. Of course, we're going to keep you updated both on air as well as online. But yeah, just a lot of damage out here, you guys. So for now, I'm live here in Adams County. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Well, thank you, Brianna. And yes, yesterday was just a very, very crazy day. I mean, stormful, very impactful. Today, a little bit different. We're not expecting anything severe, maybe some more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, but nothing like we saw yesterday. Here's some more photos of it. The land spout, Chris and I and Corey was all on it yesterday as it first began. And this is typical for Colorado. These are the type of tornadoes that you usually see in the early stages of that storm system that starts to blossom and continues to grow. So typically shorter, weaker than supercell tornadoes. Supercell tornadoes are your traditional tornadoes, usually what you see further down towards the south coming from those supercell thunderstorms. And they're caused by colliding wind boundaries. Most common type of tornado in Colorado, as I mentioned. Along with the landspout tornadoes, we did see a lot of hail reports as well. Got up to about golf ball size. And as I mentioned earlier, we're glad that it's nothing bigger because Colorado is notorious for seeing large hail, maybe larger than golf ball, up to baseball size even. But so far for today, what we can expect, the low 60s, so a little bit cooler than on average. Usually around this time, we're at 70 degrees, but we're going to see the clouds start to increase as we head into the afternoon hours, as well as those rain chances increasing and mountain snow as well. We're going to talk all about that and timing out for you in our full forecast.
Jaden, thank you. We do want to get you out the door and talk about your traffic impact drive at 7:05. We do have southbound 225 delays at Yosemite Street, eastbound 270 delays at York Street through Commerce City. Both very typical for this time of the morning. Let's go ahead and take you over to our map right now. We are dealing with a wreck that we've got a closure on westbound 72nd Avenue this morning. It's between Quebec Parkway and Highway 2 in Commerce City. Zooming out here, we do have about a 10-minute delay or so on westbound I-70. You're looking at a 24-minute 4-minute drive in total between E470 and 76. 6-minute slowdown, so not terrible on southbound 225. We saw delays right around Yosemite Street. The slow spot is pretty typical right here between about Parker Road and Yosemite Street this morning. We'll leave you with a look at your I-25 drive. 17 to 18 minutes is what we're seeing for downtown to DTC, which isn't bad. Normal is around 13 minutes.
Erica, thank you. As of this morning, Aurora police are continuing to investigate a deadly crash involving 4 vehicles. It happened on Quincy Avenue near Uravan Street just before 4:30 p.m. yesterday, close to Quincy Reservoir. Police say 1 person died, 2 others are in the hospital with serious injuries. At this time, APD says they don't know the factors that led up to the crash. Quincy was closed for hours while police investigated.
That was one of just several deadly crashes over the weekend. Denver police is investigating 3 deadly auto pedestrian crashes from Sunday morning. Our Lauren Scafidi is following this story for us this morning. Lauren, good morning.
Good morning, Jordan. Yeah, they all happened just 4 hours apart. Investigators say 2 of those crashes were hit-and-run crashes. Officers are still looking for 1 suspect, the driver who hit and killed a man on I-25 near 23rd. DPD says detectives are looking through footage right now. DPD doesn't know how the crash happened. There were no witnesses. The other hit-and-run was at Spear and Colfax. DPD says the suspect vehicle was found not too far from the crash scene and that driver was arrested. Denver PD says there have been 26 traffic-related deaths since the start of this year. That's 3 more compared to this time last year.
Yeah, anecdotally, we do see more crashes involving cyclists, pedestrians, folks on stand-up electric scooters. They might be using other modes of transportation than their vehicles because the weather's nice, or more people just might be outside because we're out of the winter time. And so we do tend to see some upticks in the summer months.
The other crash was at I-70 and Federal. Investigators say that the victim got out of the car to get some equipment that was lost. Well, the driver saw the victim, tried to swerve. The victim also tried to jump to get out of the way, and that's when the crash happened. Detectives are still investigating, but stick with us because coming up in the next half hour, we're going to break down why DPD says it is so rare that we're seeing so many crashes in just a short little time frame. Live in Denver, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
Lauren, thank you. And Westminster police are investigating a deadly crash involving a motorcycle and a car on Saturday night. Police say it happened at the intersection of West 92nd Avenue and Perry Street. Police believed the 2 people involved knew each other. Police say the driver of the car crashed with the motorcyclist and that motorcyclist died at the scene. Police are investigating the crash, but they believe alcohol was involved.
In just over an hour, one of the teens accused of a deadly drive-by shooting outside the Denver Aquarium is set to be arraigned in court. Police have arrested 19-year-old Antonio Vasquez and 17-year-old Jason Trujillo Jr. Investigators say that they killed 19-year-old Dacian Salazar in a drive-by shooting. Police say they used surveillance footage to track down the car that they were driving, and cell phone data placed them outside the aquarium at the time of the shooting. Trujillo is set to be arraigned at 8:30.
This morning, investigators are also working to figure out what caused a small plane to crash near Broomfield. No one on board survived.
Yeah, we're not going to allow any departures at this time. Aircraft crashed off field, and we're not moving any planes right now.
Around 10 Saturday morning, emergency crews were called to a field near Midway Boulevard and Brainerd Drive, east of the Flatiron Crossing Shopping Center. That's where they found a twin-engine Beechcraft on fire. Investigators say the pilot reported an issue with the door being open after taking off from Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport. As the plane made its way back to the airport, it crashed. While we know this type of plane can hold 6 to 11 people, investigators don't know how many people were on board. No one on the ground was hurt in the crash. The FAA and NTSB are aiding in the investigation.
The city of Denver is joining a lawsuit against the Trump administration to get its promised federal repayment for caring for migrants. In December of 2022, thousands of migrants came to Denver from the southern border, some by choice, some bused here by Texas's Republican governor. Over the next 2 years, the city sheltered an estimated 30,000 people. Denver says the federal government promised them $32 million, but only paid out $8 million. That's after President Trump signed an executive order leading to FEMA cutting off funding to help cities deal with an influx of migrants. The lawsuit claims that unconstitutional because Congress appropriated the funding.
This was a federal immigration crisis that Denver didn't ask for, we didn't create. Denver stepped up in a courageous way that we're proud of, but the federal government needs to do their part and make sure they follow through on the promise Congress made to help fund it.
Chicago and Pima County, Arizona, where Tucson is, are also part of this lawsuit.